Yo, what's up? Back for another video. I want to talk to you guys today about what I bring with me when I travel. I'll go over things from a product perspective. Maybe we can deviate into some other topics, but I want to focus on what I bring. So first and foremost, I always travel with a fanny pack. Things like these are typically versatile, where you can, just believe me here, you wouldn't have it this short, okay? I just don't feel like undoing it. All right, I will. But basically, this is a thing that you can... Okay, there you go. This is a thing, a pouch, that you can tie around your waist, or you can have on your person like this. It's pretty useful for a bunch of reasons. I lose a lot of things that I keep in my pockets, especially when I'm wearing athletic wear, like gym shorts and whatnot. So I hate losing my wallet or my phone, and doing that when you're traveling is like the worst case scenario. But bags like these will typically have multiple pockets. So I have like a primary pocket here where I have things like my wallet, cash, and then car keys or keys to where you're going, so kind of have it all here. But there are multiple pockets, so you may be able to hold other things. Personally, I hold things to clean my glasses, or snap-on sunglasses. You heard? I'm not gonna lie. Main reason why I got into this fanny pack thing was to hold these snap-on sunglasses. They're freaking great. I don't like, transition glasses. These are prescription, by the way. I just don't think they look cute. And not that these look cute, because these kind of look tacky, but they're fucking useful as hell, and they're polarized. So that's just me. But you may have other things you might want to put in a bag like this. So having something like this is useful because it keeps your belongings secured. Again, they won't have to fall out of your pocket. In addition to you maybe wanting to keep something that you have on you a little bit hidden, especially as you travel to certain countries at certain times of day, with or without people, and the risk of robbery existing. This is pretty popular for me. I'm not going to demonstrate it, but I would shorten this, have it be the width of my waist, so it's like right on my person, and stuff it in my pants. If I was ever stuck up for a robbery, sure, I could empty out what's in my pockets, but if I choose to not have anything in my pockets, they won't get anything. Because even my phone fits in here. Products like these you can find anywhere. I personally got this one in Korea by a brand called K-Way. But pretty much anything will do. Before that, I used to have one I got it from the popular camping store REI. You may or may not have heard of it, but they have an online store. Great customer service over there if you want to look at their products. But that covers that. Secondly, we'll get a little bit meta here. I have some portable lighting and a tripod. So I've been using this to help with lighting when I need to be on a video. But this tripod is also useful because this thing extends and you can put your cell phone here. May not be useful for everybody, but it is useful to me. This is a specific Manfrotto tripod. You can hold it like this if you want to videotape something this way or this way. Push this button here and you get a whole ass access. You let it go and now it's in place. So I think that's pretty useful. Going back to the fanny pack, two things that I think are always important to bring with you are going to be a debit card and a credit card. So I personally have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I also have the American Express Gold. You really only need one of those cards. You don't need both. I'm currently testing both of those cards out. Actually, three. I'm testing the AMEX Platinum, AMEX Gold, and the Sapphire Reserve to see which of those three is worth keeping, whether I keep both AMEX cards or some other mixture of them. But let's talk about why having these cards are important. A credit card is important to keep because if you get the right one, You won't have to worry about foreign transaction fees, which I think in general is pretty important. Forgive me, I'm gonna put my lighting back. You'll avoid foreign transaction fees, which is pretty important. Like, I'm in Colombia right now. I have American dollars. If I need to convert that money to Colombian pesos, there's usually a surcharge that your bank will charge you. I have a bunch of credit cards. Usually what I see that being is 2.7%. It's really not a lot of money, but if you can get some extra benefits with a different credit card that also waives a fee like that, it's typically a good idea, especially because at least in the United States, most credit cards are going to come with some sort of fraud protection versus having a debit card and not having those protections. Now, you'll notice that I did mention that having a debit card is worth having, and this is a Charles Schwab Visa debit card. This card costs nothing to have, unlike some of the credit cards that I showed you. They do have annual fees. But a card like this is really important because it's linked to Charles Schwab, and what they do with this card is, believe it or not, I've used this in a bunch of countries. I've withdrawn money from international ATMs and avoided commissions. I know that sounds weird, but it's a thing. I can link it in the description so you can go apply for the card yourself. But it's a debit card, so you don't need to have any sort of credit. I prior didn't really have much of a relationship with Charles Schwab to begin with, so if I was able to get it, I think you can too, and it makes getting money very useful. So what I do is, before I travel, I'll load this up with American dollars. You know, it's probably going to take about 3-4 days for the money to hit that account, but once it's there, let's say I show up to Dominican Republic, instead of me having to travel with a big wad of cash of American dollars to the country to then exchange it at the airport and get, you know, terrible exchange rates, because that does happen sometimes. I can go to an international ATM, deal with modest ATM fees that get reimbursed at the end of the month. So you use this card, you'll be able to turn your American dollars into local currency. I've done this in a bunch of countries, namely Amsterdam. I believe they use euros there, but I've done it with euros. I've done it with Dominican dollars. I've done it in Tajikistan, where they use the somoni. A bunch of places. If you're thinking it may not work where you're going, it will. I've even done it in Thailand. The key here is just to use the right ATM, because if you're not using the right ATM, it won't work. But yeah, typically international ATMs is what you're going to be looking for. Again, you'll be able to withdraw your money. There will be a surcharge assessed at that time, but Schwab will reimburse you for that. So essentially, you get to exchange your money with the current exchange rate, and you don't have to pay any fees with this debit card. Super important to have. This one, I think, is a must. This is a Steam Deck. If you don't know what it is, it resembles what you think a Nintendo Switch is, except the controllers are not detachable, and it's a gaming console. I'm a PC gamer. I have a lot of games on Steam, so I can bring those with me with a console like this. It makes all plane rides or any kind of commuting very doable for me, and it's how I keep myself entertained. I also travel with Carabiners. I like to hike, but I don't use these for hiking or mountain climbing or whatever the hell. Carabiners are pretty cool. They're very useful for attaching things to one another. So a popular use case for me is, I guess, twofold. I'll later show you my luggage, but I travel with a duffel bag and a roller luggage. So if you think of a regular luggage, that's what I'm talking about. You have the strap that lifts up, and then a duffel bag typically has a strap. I'll show you later, but you'll be able to kind of put one piece of luggage on top of the other. But based off of the geometry, it may not work out. With something like this, you'll be able to make it work. A demonstration will probably help. So I'll get that to you later. But yeah, something like this, I typically keep on my belt loops. So it'll just be like right here. I have a hoodie on, I can just hide it. So it doesn't have to look weird. But if I like bought clothes, like today, I bought this Honda Fox hoodie, freaking fire, at a Fox store in Bogota. And I get this big ass bag. I don't want to walk with this bag, to be honest, right? So I can clip this, and I can clip it to this belt loop. I know that's ridiculous, all right? So I'm not saying you should do that. But let's say you travel with a backpack, which you should. So you went shopping. You have your backpack, right? You take your carabiner. You clip it to this. This is a strap on your backpack. Your carabiner's chilling here. You want to bring this bag with you, but you don't want to hold it. Pow. You could just walk around with the bag on. You know what I'm saying? Like, freaking dope. So getting two can be helpful. I recommend it. That's why I do it. But on that note, a book bag. Earlier, I need a break. I'm out of breath. My fat ass is out of breath. Oh, shit. Okay, so this is my roller luggage that I was telling you about earlier. This is my duffel bag. That's also a backpack. Sometimes you may find yourself waiting in line at customs when you get to a new airport, and that line can be pretty long, and holding a bag like this can be heavy and not good for your back. You have a strap like this, and maybe you can offload the weight from your back by holding it with your arm, but you get the same problem. Carabiners, right? You hook them up so you can have your bag right here, right? Now, if I have no carabiner, this thing falls. So I can put the strap here, and generally this is stable. But sometimes, if this is pretty heavy, this will kind of drag this over, or it might just fall over anyways as you move the luggage. So if it makes it any better, more secure, you can kind of just clip it together just to make sure that it isn't falling or it isn't moving too much. And you can do that with 2 or 1 carabiners. But this is generally how I use it. Hopefully this demonstration makes it a bit more clear for you. So when it comes down to having a backpack, I think it's pretty important. You'll notice earlier that I showed 2 pieces of luggages, right? So that's gonna be a roller, it's gonna be a duffel or a backpack. And then I typically travel with the 3rd backpack. So this was a JanSport book bag, has tons of pockets, and it's, I'd say, pretty collapsible. I put this in my duffel bag. So when I'm traveling, I don't need to travel with a huge duffel bag to go shopping for a day. I can instead bring a bag like this to hold any sort of compras that I do, buy some groceries, whatever it is. But generally useful to bring something like this when you're doing some sort of day trip while you're traveling. Or maybe you're going to the beach, you need something like this, right? So super useful to bring a bag like this, and it has a bunch of pockets. I got this at Journeys, so it's really not like a crazy product to find. You just want to find a bag, even if it's a drawstring bag, just something that's going to be collapsible, so it doesn't take up a lot of weight and storage in your package, in your luggage. In your luggage is what I meant to say. Headphones are really important, and these are my choice of headphones. I fell for the marketing. Don't know if you guys got a bunch of ads on it, but Status Audio makes these active noise canceling buds. This is not an ad. I have like 10 views on this video, relax. But yeah, this thing is pretty cool. The noise canceling headphones, this is what they look like when they're on. They protrude a bit. They're not the sexiest looking things, but they are pretty comfortable. The sound quality is great. And while it does have its quirks, the 2 main benefits you get from something like this is the size and the convenience of having headphones like these. If you haven't already used noise canceling headphones, you may not get why this is such a big deal. But when you're on a plane, you may just want to like have some peace and quiet, but generally planes are pretty loud. With noise canceling headphones, you can just get rid of that noise. So if you want to listen to an audiobook, listen to video game sounds, or listen to freaking music, you can do so and not be disrupted and not have to worry about blasting music in your ears and hurting them. But the size of this, I don't know about you, but I like keeping my lips moisturized. This is my choice of moisturization product. I know it's hella basic, like chapstick, what the hell, but it works, okay? This thing is the size of 2 chapsticks. 2 of them, okay? So something like this fits in your pockets very easily. You feel me? I use these as a daily driver. Super small, noise cancellation when I need it, and generally pretty good. If you want to see a dedicated review on this product, I'd love to do one. Tell you the do's and don'ts of, I guess, buying something like this. But generally, decent product for what you might need it for. The next thing that I bring with me, super important, a flaggy a country, you know what I'm saying? But more importantly, a fucking portable charger. This is the Anker 737 or 727, something like that. It's a heavy duty modern charger. Doesn't cost too much when it's on sale. I bought this for $90. That might seem a lot of money for you, but this thing is heavy duty. Why do I have a product like this? It charges my devices at full speed and potentially does so for multiple charges, depending on what kind of device I'm talking about. This is an iPhone 15. I can charge this thing like 8 times on something like this, so it's generally overkill if this is what you use it for. Earlier, I talked about a Steam Deck. This thing uses a lot of power depending on what kind of game you're playing. But generally, I can get, let's say on like the most demanding game, about 3.5, maybe 3 hours. This is the Steam Deck OLED. And while I'm playing, I can drain the whole battery on this and get another 3.5 hours. I get like 7 hours of continuous playtime. But in a more relatable sense, something like this can charge your MacBook, which is what I'm shooting this video on, at full capacity and charge this about, I really don't know, so I'm not going to lie and act like I know, but the marketing probably says at least 1 or 2 times. And the most important thing about something like this thing is big, it's chunky, all right? Like it's like the size of my hand. If you compare this to an iPhone, it's like just as tall and like 3 times as wide. But it charges really fast, okay? You've used a portable charger before and you know that shit takes mad long or it doesn't charge your shit at like full speed. With the right kind of wall charger, you can charge this thing from dead in like an hour. Like, I mean 60 minutes, okay? I'm not saying 100 minutes. Nah, you get the right equipment, you can charge this really freaking fast. If you're wondering the stats on something like this, again, this is the Anker 737. You can buy this on Amazon. You can fly with this in your carry-on, so you don't have to worry about this not being compliant. I think it has like 28 or 26,000 milliamp hours. It's a powerhouse. I'll make sure to include a link to this product so you can take a look at it for yourself. 2 USB-Cs and 1 USB-A. The fastest I've been able to charge this is about 90 watts, and then this thing outputs, I think, at like 90 watts if not above. So pretty much any product that you're using that's like consumer based, this thing can charge at full speed, and you can charge this faster than it takes to charge your device. That's the coolest thing for me. So what do I use to charge something like that or other devices? Another Anker product. I don't know what it's called, but I'll make sure to include a link to it. Similar layout as the portable charger I just finished showing you. 2 USB-Cs and 1 USB-A. This thing's pretty chunky, but comes with a foldable plug, so it's easy to travel with, and it's a freaking powerhouse. So you need to charge 3 devices, you can do that. 2 devices, you can do that. 1 device, you can do that, and it's freaking sick. Me personally, I actually have 2 of these, so I never have to worry about slow charging anything. Not to get too technical with you, but the more devices you have plugged into this, the slower it's going to charge any one device. And I have some pretty power-hungry devices like the Steam Deck or this MacBook. And if I have multiple things plugged into this, it may not charge everything at the fastest speed. And for me, that matters. A product like this, I believe, cost me about $40, so it's really not too much money. It's not the cheapest thing, but if you want to get, I guess, like a really good bang for your buck, these 2 products keep your electricity bussin'. I don't know what to say. Keeps your These 2 products will keep all of your electronic devices ready to go and at capacity as quickly as a wall unit in most cases. All right, I'm done joking. A laptop. You may need it, you may not, but I travel with a laptop. There's not much to say about that. I bring a mouse. I'm a gamer. This is a gaming mouse. Doesn't matter what mouse you bring, but generally, bringing a mouse could be pretty helpful. This is a USB hub that's currently plugged in. This is a USB hub that is currently plugged into my MacBook. I use it because unfortunately this MacBook doesn't have any USB-A slots, and this wireless mouse takes a USB-A receiver. So this dongle helps me connect multiple devices to my MacBook, and you can use it for a plethora of reasons, but I bring something like this for that reason. I bring a bunch of cables. I'm not going to go into every little cable that I bring, but a lot of cables can make a lot of mess. So you get a product like this. I got it off of Amazon, and it holds all of your cables. This is my buddy's, but we bought the same thing, so it'll still serve its purpose for this demonstration. But you have zipper pocket here to put whatever you want. And then you have this middle pocket here with a bunch of smaller pockets. Again, it's just really good for cable management. And I think in general, it's a good idea to purchase. If you're an asthmatic, don't forget your inhaler, all right? You also can't forget your vitamins. But if you're a real man, you eat gummies, all right? One a day adult, Vita Crave adult gummies. Amazing. You can't forget your hand sanitizer. Fits in your fanny pack, okay? With the cap, smells good, makes your hands one of them wet ones, you heard? Okay, so when you're traveling, it's gonna be important for you to also organize things that you use in your bathroom. Whether you're a male or a female, we all have our unique needs, and something like this, a Dop Kit, can hold everything you need in one nice place. Again, a product I got off of Amazon. I'll share the link with you. I have a bunch of stuff in here. There's a pocket here. I usually keep a bunch of moist towelettes for my glasses. You have a side pocket here. I just keep like an electric shaver. Get my mustache right. Feel me? And then you have your center pocket that holds a bunch of crap. I'm not gonna go over like my life story here, but oh no, something opened and it's leaking. Well, this is perfume, but besides perfume, I have a bunch of stuff in here like toothpaste, deodorant, first aid kit, hairbrush, hair product. Something like this is useful, keeps everything you need in one space, and again, it's also kind of nice. Now, if you haven't been traveling much, it's important for you to understand how most countries handle liquids. A bottle like this is going to be what you need to bring if you plan on bringing shampoo, lotion, face cream, hair product. Doesn't matter. They don't care. Again, this is only for carry-on luggage. If you choose to travel and check in baggage, typically there won't really be a size limit on what you're bringing. Obviously, like double check that whenever you're traveling. I can't predict the future, but the way it works now is like that. I almost never check in luggage, so I always try to buy packages like this. This is body lotion, but again, you can find travel size versions of pretty much anything you're looking for if you try to buy it online or find it in store. The only guideline you need to go by is a product that is liquid based. Cannot be anything larger than 100 milliliters. That is 3.4 ounces. If you live in the United States, anything that says its capacity is also going to say how much it is in milliliters. Always double check that. Generally speaking, a lot of colognes, they can come in like large like boxes, but they still are typically 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters. But just make sure you double check that so that way you don't run into issues at the airport. If you're traveling internationally, it's important for you to make sure you bring certain things. I have a United States passport, so whatever passport you have, make sure you bring that if you're going to be leaving the country. This is how you get there and how you can make sure you arrive. In some other cases, you might want an international driver's permit. If you're driving in Japan, for example, you won't be able to just use your American driver's license and just drive there. Maybe your country has different regulations, but I know in the United States it doesn't work that way. A permit like this can easily be purchased at a AAA location for like $20 to $32. Okay, and I'm really specific about that because I've done this now twice and recently did it about a month ago. The process can take 20 minutes. You can do it the same day of your flight. Generally speaking, you just apply. There's no real approval process, but just make sure you bring your license, some money, and look presentable because they are going to take a photo of you. This allows you to drive and will be needed if you're going to rent cars in certain countries. As a bit of an aside, I have rented cars in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, and I've just been able to get away with using my Florida driver's license. But that may not always be the case. And something like this, like I said, the international driver's permit won't cost much, doesn't take much of your time, and it lasts 1 year. Pretty cool. I also have a passport case for my passport. There's no real need to do it, but if you want to, it can preserve the quality of your passport. I also have global entry and TSA pre-check. If you don't know what that is, it basically lets you skip long lines at the airport for security and customs when you come back into the country if you have global entry. And there's typically a card that comes with it. I can show you here. Bring it with you. You technically don't need it, but if you happen to forget to upload your pre-check information when you book a flight, you may not be recognized for the pre-check status you do have or the global entry status that you do have. So this can be useful. Okay, cool. So I think I've showed you a lot of stuff already. I'm now going to go into showing you what's in my bags and the bags that I use. And then I guess even how I like pack some of the stuff and also what other things that I bring. So it's a bit out of order. I apologize, but just wanted to show you stuff and share this video with you. So for this part of the video, I'm going to go ahead and switch to my iPhone because it's going to be the best way to go ahead and videotape all this stuff. Okay, and we're back. So never forget to bring your thong sandals. I'm rocking the socks and sandals combo. Super comfortable for being in the house, using it to get out the shower or going to the beach or the pool. Something like these are actually pretty condensable, I guess, because they're generally flat. At home, I use some Crocs slides, freaking dope, but I'm not traveling with that shit. I'm using the thongs, you know what I'm saying? So get your thong up, man. These are the two bags that I travel with. So this is my roller. This is a Samsonite product, pretty nice, lightweight. This zipper allows you to extend this so this thing gets wider. And then you've got a locking mechanism here. Pretty nice to get a bag like this because if TSA wants to randomly select you and go through your bag, they can just unlock it here versus having to like call you and waste your time at the airport. This is a North Face base camp bag. This thing is freaking dope. I can leave a separate video on this if you'd like to see more about it. But for sake of time, I won't go too much into this bag. But it's dope. It collapses into something the size of this, okay? Something similar to this size. This entire bag, okay? It's a book bag. Here are the backpack straps, but also a duffel bag. You carry it like this. Amazing stuff. So this is what the inside of the bag looks like. You have a lot of open storage in here. And then up here you have 2 zipper pockets. I keep a flask in here. Don't ask me why. Dental floss. And then like cologne in a Ziploc bag. But you can put whatever you want in here. Whatever you see fit, it's gonna fit in here. And then here's where I keep like all of my clothes. I fold it in such a way that it all fits. And you can do that too. But you've got a pocket here, you have a strap here, you have a pocket here and a strap here. If you close the bag, this is another strap here, and a pocket here. Super versatile bag. You can use it in as many ways as you'd like, but I like this thing. The texture, I don't know if you can hear it. I may not be doing it justice, but water resistant as heck. I'm not saying this bag is waterproof, but also a very good bag for the elements. Doesn't matter if it's hot or it's cold. This bag will do the job. You can even tuck away the backpack straps. So if you're putting it in the security machine, you know how it kind of goes through that. You can keep your bag from snagging by tucking these away and buckling these things down. But this bag is freaking sick. Love it. So this is my roller bag. Go ahead and open it. You've got a bunch of compartments. I keep a lot of miscellaneous stuff in here, like a lapel microphone that doesn't work, so I'm shooting this on my iPhone. Baby wipes, keep my booty hole clean. GoPro chest strap, I don't know why. But on a serious note, got this pocket here. I have a flashlight. This thing, pretty small. It takes one AA battery. You never know when you're gonna need something like this, and you can do this. Freaking sick. You have this other pocket for something else, and then what's in here is a lot of tech stuff. I have more socks, but also walkie-talkies in the charger. I don't know what kind of vacationing you do, but sometimes I go on like mountain ranges and stuff, and I travel with a buddy. So for us to keep communication without having to worry about cell phone service, something like this is inexpensive, 30, 40 bucks, and they last a long time. And then it even comes with a charging dock, so it's pretty cool. Foldable phone stand. It's honestly BS. Don't bring this. GoPro batteries and the charger. I'm gonna show you this, and this, and this in a second. Okay, I'm back. So last few products I'm gonna show you. This is a portable monitor. It's actually a gaming monitor. It cost me about 200 bucks. I believe it's a Chinese product, but I did buy it online. This thing works super well. I've tested it on this MacBook Pro M3 that I'm using right now. I've used it on Microsoft Pro 7. I've used this on my Steam Deck. This thing works with like pretty much anything. The key to making a product like this work is getting the right cable. This product, which I'll link in the description, comes with the right cables. If you don't know, there's a difference between like high capacity charging cables and data cables that are capable of outputting video and audio signals. So in general, you just want to make sure you have the right cable, but a product like this will work pretty well. Super compact, and it already comes with this freaking folio to cover it, but also create a stand out of it, if you will. So super cool. Only thing I'd say as a gripe with this product is you control some of the features with it with this volume rocker. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little nipple here. I'm gonna take this thing out. Yeah, with this little volume rocker thing here, this thing, like, you kind of hold it down or hold it up to control different things, and then there's this button here. I won't go into what they do, but you want to be careful with how you orient this in your luggage because you don't want to put a lot of weight on this thing. It's pretty light, but you also don't want this to inadvertently stand this way on your luggage. You're pushing down on that rocker and then breaking this device. But otherwise, a pretty good product that is what I believe to be well designed and is great for my purposes. This is another Amazon product. It's a Zendure thingy. Basically, it'll allow you to use all kinds of plugs. So in the US or a lot of countries here on the West, you'll use a prong like this. If you're, I believe in Australia, you can change the prongs so they're a bit tilted like that, right? So now they're tilted or untilted. You get the idea, all right? But you have these prongs. Then if you're going, I don't know where they use this, honestly, but if you need this, is here. Might be like Asian countries. And then if you're in Europe, you can use something like this. So this has all of it. You can plug this into the wall and it'll give you very good power. The back side, you can plug things into it. So allow me to show you how that works. So this is a bit of a 2-in-1. You could take a product like this. Not saying that you would actually use it like this, but I have a 3-prong hole. This thing looks like mumbo jumbo, but you can connect it to this. So if you have like a 3-prong charger for your laptop or a 2-prong charger for this, or if there's some sort of Euro thing or whatever country thing you want to plug into this, it'll go in here, and then this will be the side that you plug into like a wall socket, if you will. Something like this, be careful with it, only because they have the tendency to fall out of walls, so it's not really like the best product to use on its own. But that's also why I use this thing. This is a outlet hub, if you will, akin to like an extension cord that you may have in your house. Very similar function. You have these triple 3-pronged holes. Okay, so it's like an American thing, I guess, with these kind of plugs. An on and off switch here, and then some 20-watt USBs. These are power delivery USB Cs, and then whatever QC means for the USB-A. Sorry. You have these for USBs. You've got 6 things, 3 things you can charge here, and 3 other things you can charge here. This whole thing charges 6 devices, but who cares about that? The best thing is that it's a freaking long thing, man. It's like 6 feet. So when you combine a product like this to a product like this, you can get some pretty decent results. So this product on its own can stick in a wall pretty much fine. But if you plug something else into it, like for example, this device, the weight might pull it out the wall. Ways that I've used this is I've kind of avoided using something like this. It's super helpful, you know, when you need it, but sometimes it just falls out. I would typically just get like another kind of thing that's like better for this. One time I used this, I was in France. If you're in the Europe, you'll know what I'm talking about. This little plug right here, as you can see, it has this like protrusion, right? The plugs in Europe are actually indented into the socket, okay? So a product like this is supposed to work well, but like it kind of doesn't sometimes. So if you buy like a regular, if you buy like something that you can plug in that's Euro on the outside and is designed to be just Euro only, it tends to work better. You don't have to deal with things falling out, and then you can charge all of your freaking appliances with no issues. So yeah, that kind of covers that. But yeah, that wraps it up for the video. I went over a lot. Let me know what you think. I'm kind of new to this, so if you have any feedback, I am super open to hearing about it. Anything you want me to go into more detail with regarding things that I've shown you, I'd love to do that for you. Or if you have something else you want to see, I guess let me know. But yeah, that was fun. I want to show you something else fun. Give me 1 second. All right, so you made it to the end of the video. I'm about to bless you. If you ever come to Colombia, okay, get this shit. Salvi Loe, aloe vera water, little bit sweet, but super tasty, and you get chunks of aloe in it. Oh God, I hit my tooth. So good. I finished it in 1 take. This is really good. Salvi Loe, aloe vera water. Something better than that, even though it's exceso en azúcares, which means high in sugars, the mango hit. This shit be hitting. All right? Shake well, of course. Pop that freshness seal, okay? Grab your favorite glass and watch it fill up your cup. Mango juice. It's not the like most natural thing, but this should be hitting. All right, that's what's called mango hit. If you're getting this in the United States, it doesn't taste the same. Get it when you're in Colombia, or at least overseas, because this should be hitting, man. So yo, if this video hit or is not hitting, just let me know, because I'm just trying to get better and deliver high value shit to you. But yeah, man, have it. This is amazing. Put your tongue in it and love it. Tell your mom you love her.